Suspension. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but they remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. Particles of a suspension are visible to the naked eye. For example, if we dissolve chalk powder in water or mud in water, we would get a suspension solution. Properties of a suspension. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. The particles of a suspension can be seen by the naked eye because the size of the particles is more than 100 nanometer. The particles of a suspension scatter a beam of light passing through it and make its path visible. The solute particles settle down when a suspension is left undisturbed, that is, a suspension is unstable. When the particles settle down, the suspension breaks and it does not scatter light anymore. Colloidal solution. A colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture of two or more substances. For example, mixture of starch in water, mixture of egg albumin in water, milk, air containing dust and smoke, etc. Properties of a colloidal solution. Colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture, but it appears to us as homogeneous. The particles cannot be seen by the naked eye. The size of their particles lies in between the size of solution and the size of suspension. That is, their size is in the range of 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. The solute particles cannot be separated by filtration. The solute particles do not settle down and the solution is stable. The particles scatter a beam of light passing through it and the path of light is visible in the solution. Tyndall effect. When a beam of light is passed through a colloidal solution, the colloid particles scatter the beam of light and the path of light becomes visible in the solution. This effect is known as Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect can be seen when light enters a room through a small hole due to scattering of light by the dust and smoke particles. Tyndall effect can also be seen in a dense forest due to scattering of light by water droplets in the mist. So, by studying this effect, we can easily say that solutions do not show Tyndall effect, whereas suspensions and colloids can show Tyndall effect. Classification of colloids. Before starting the classification of colloids, let us discuss what are the dispersing medium and the dispersed phase. We know that solution has two components, a solute and a solvent. Just like those, colloidal solutions have two phases, dispersed phase and dispersing medium. The solute is called the dispersed phase and solvent is called the dispersing medium. Colloidal solutions or colloids are classified according to the state of the dispersing medium and the dispersed phase, that is, whether they are solid, liquid or gas. Let's discuss their types one by one. Aerosol is a colloid in which the liquid is dispersed in gas. For example, fog, clouds, mist, etc. A second type of aerosol in which solid is dispersed in gas, for example, smoke, automobile exhaust, etc. Foam is formed when gas is dispersed in liquid medium, like shaving cream. Emulsions are the colloids in which liquid is dispersed in liquid medium. For example, milk, face cream, etc. Sol is a colloid in which the solid is dispersed in liquid, like milk of magnesia, mud, etc. Foam. Foam is a colloidal solution in which gas is dispersed in solids, like foam, rubber, sponge, pumic stone, etc. Gel. Gel is a colloid in which liquid is dispersed in solid, like jelly, cheese, butter, etc. And lastly, solid sol is a colloid in which solid is dispersed in solid, like colored gemstone, milky glass, etc.